Hey all, Dan from Spurs Mania here. What can you say? If you can't laugh about it, you cry about it, Feels like we've been Levy'd again. All the talk, all the... I call them ghost moves because, I don't know, it feels like the Eze won one horse race for how many weeks now? Last couple of weeks. And we seem to make headway with it. 85% complete a couple of days ago. I mean, when has Romano ever commented on an 85% complete deal? It's a complete farce. It's a joke from Levy again. These prolonged negotiations, I feel like he does it on purpose and just waits for it to collapse, whether the selling team gets annoyed with how long it's taken, or if there's a certain thing that they can't agree on. Havertz gets injured. Arsenal, no messing around, step in, boom, agree a deal within hours. It went from all of a sudden a rumour yesterday afternoon to the here we go before we went to bed last night. It's like, geez, what are we doing? What is Levy doing again? After the Morgan Gibbs White drama again, it's just like, why is it always such... Why are we painfully trying to get players in and they always fall through? Or we see these ghost bids. It was like Mark Ayew at the end of January. 70 million bid, knowing full well that he's not going to move at that point in time. It's just nonsense. He's talked the talk as well and spoke on the overlap of he's the one who does the final negotiations. It's always, he's got that control. Nothing's changed. It's just the same old thing over and over and over again. We saw it with Mourinho. Levy was chuffed about getting him in. Again, didn't back him. We wanted that Skriniar at centre back, and Jose ends up with Rodon, prospect, gamble. We don't get these ready-made players ever. There's just so many examples. It's like the Bruno Fernandes thing, and then we end up with Jedson Fernandes, a prospect who hardly featured for Benfica before we got him in on loan with the option to buy a 2-year loan. Is mental. How you go from a 50, 60 million player to a total prospect raw. I mean, we do not act like a big club in the slightest. We haven't ever under Enix and Levy's ownership and guidance. It's just, he totally limits the club that we potentially and should be, given this. We're one of the richest clubs in Europe, if not the world. We see all these marvellous figures about how much income we generate, the revenue that... it's just, and we're out there getting our pants pulled down again, yet again, with a laughing stock again. All this Spursy tag and all this Spursy thing, it all stems from Levy. There's no other. That's where it all points to. It's just absolute amateur hour yet again. As Arsenal were in for him in June. They went on to other targets, spent a load of money, kind of left him there. He was there in the open, top player. Just go and get him, especially after Maddison was injured, 18 days ago, or whatever it was. As soon as he broke down, we needed a number 10 anyway. We were after in the market for a number 10. As soon as he broke down, boom, just make it happen, just get it, pay the release fee, and it's just get it over the line. Again, lack of preparation, and it just seems like we're still doing that thing on the opportunist buy-in, the lack of planning. After the Morgan Gibbs White deal fell through, how long did it take us before we moved on to other targets, before it looked like we had that option, that second option, that plan B, the plan C? You should just go down the list and just get them in, man. We had that Super Cup final, for God's sakes. You know, we should have had players in on them pre-season tours. We only had Kudus. We've only got Kudus now going into that Super Cup. We only had Kudus going into this Burnley first game. He gets injured now and his son's gone. It's even worse than what we went through all last season. We finished 17th. And you see the amounts of money that everyone else seems to be doing, and the business, good business as well. You see clubs like Nottingham Forest now, after they got that Europa qualification confirmed, they're out there, boom. It seemed like they already had deals lined up. They already pre-agreed things, right? If we're in this competition, so-and-so's going to sign, so-and-so's going to sign. And they just go out there and do it. And we're back to square one again now, where we're just like scrambling around. Like, have we got alternative targets? And have we got realistic ones? You know, like this Morgan Rogers now. It just seems like a no-starter from the start. And is it like Levy purposely doing this? You know, going after targets he knows we're not going to obtain. Transfer window shuts, we end up with maybe another prospect or two coming through the door, and it's like we have that Lange then speaking of, oh, we tried, it was an hard market. Everyone else is doing business. It's not an hard market. It's like, I don't know. That Europa, we get these defining moments with us. It's the same when Conte got us, clinched that 4th place, that Champions League over Arsenal. Summer then expecting to just go and do things. We were linked with Lorato Martinez. We ended up with Richarlison and a couple of other. And not pushing the boat out. We're never pushing the boat out. Again, defining moments, the Europa League, getting Champions League qualification. We should be able to attract good players to this club this summer. We went into this summer believing everything was going to change again through the noise Levy is himself making in the media, talk about wanting to win the league, wanting to win the Champions League. And it just feels like Thomas Frank, again, like every other manager before him, has got to just perform miracles now, and just he's not got the tools. It's underwhelming, so deflating again. And we're in line for an absolute diabolical transfer window. When you look at the overall picture of what everyone else is doing as well, the money is obviously there, the TV money there, that just everyone else is. Sunderland just come up now and they splashed out 130 million or what have you. That the TV rights money is massive thing with the Premier League, with the revenues that we generate, match day, that's without speaking about the concerts, the boxing and everything else that's all generated. Just feels like all that money just gets squirreled away for these like hotel projects, these apartment blocks or whatever it is that they're building now. It just where's that focus on the football? Where's that focus on the football again? I don't know what's going through Christian Romero's head now after just signing. Has he been fed a lot of hot air again before he signed that contract? That new contract, which came out of the blue the other day. I was chuffed to bits reading that. It's like, right, he's obviously seeing things, or he's been told things that are going to happen now for us to go out there and compete on all fronts. I just don't see it. The proof is not in the pudding. The ingredients are not there in the squad again. Unless players absolutely reach their ceiling now and develop that 50% extra, which is just like, we're looking for miracles again. It just stinks the place out yet again. And yeah, we know now that Eze's an Arsenal fan, or what have you, but at the point of his career now, we had free run on him, and he was interested in coming to us because he was putting his career first. He wants that Champions League football. Like I said, the Havertz thing changed things, and boom, for Arsenal, and bam, done deal. No messing around, all done within a day. Now what we're doing now, we're scratching around Savinho again, or why won't we pay them extra few million or whatever it is that they're asking? That again seemed like an obtainable deal. But now as we're getting closer and closer to the end of the window, that's just slipping away. And clubs know we got the money. They're not going to mess around now. If we're going in for people who are potentially in that 30, 40 million bracket, they're not going to be at Eze quality. If we go in and sign and go in to try and negotiate, go into the table, are they going to be like, the club are going to be like, no, 60 million, we know you got that, that's what we want. Otherwise, go away. I'm not going to get into them long, prolonged conversations with Levy and the pulling teeth of trying with them negotiations. They're not going to entertain it. I don't know. It's like, how long have we got left now? 10 days left, 11 days left of the window. Who's gonna, everyone's settled with their squads now. Everyone's pretty much settled. You're not going to get that quality. And it's all geared up for Levy, his favourite day, the transfer deadline day, where he gets all the attention on him. All the attention of like, right, we're going to scratch about, we're going to put a bid in for him, bid in for him, bid in for him. It's just like, not much comes of it. And if it does, there's players that clubs don't want around their team anymore. I mean, we saw Bentancur and Kulu came, and that was brilliant. But at the end of the day, it was Juventus they were pretty much done with them players anyway at the time, and they weren't pulling up trees like they did come and do for us. They're happy to move them players on, and we got lucky with them in them instances. But so many other examples of where we've signed second-rate stuff, and it's just gone to prove to be that. And we're trying to shift them on like 12 months down the line, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. We're just trying to get rid of them. Window upon window. Look at Brian Gill now. It's just what is happening with him. Is he going to be going through the door? Or is he just going to hold out and go on a free transfer? Kind of like what Reglan done this summer. We're going to see that with him next summer. Again, we're absolutely pathetic in terms of moving players on. Signing players is just the same old rubbish. You can talk about ambition all you want, Levy, but when you're not delivering and not doing what you're supposed to be doing for us and pushing us on all these fronts that you talk about, we don't see that. And it's the same old play over and over again. Like I said before, it's like the same old script ripped up again. Get the new, recycle that script, actually put it away for a bit, bring it back out for a new manager, go through the same old thing. And it's always big name, we're in for him. Oh, something's fallen down, something's not crossed the line. Boom, falls through. It's a tough old window. Oh, there's prospects available. Do you know what? We're going to get him. Please the fans to some, or just turn the volume down on the noise. It's just, we're back here again. It was like last season. Eze, we could have probably got him last summer. In the end, we scratched. We linked with him. We end up pulling out Odebert. What do we pay for him? 25, 30 million. We know he's not, he got injured, but we know he's still raw potential. So what do we do again then in January? We get Tell. We end up signing him for what? With the loan package as well, 40 million. So add them two up. That's 70 million. Buy cheap, buy twice. We could have just gone in, paid the release fee for Eze last summer even, and it's just that position sorted. It's just like we never learn. We're still trying to do the same thing, and it all boils down to cheap wages. That's all we want to do is cheap wages, and we want to try and, I'm sure Levy looks at these players on the asset sheet. How much are they worth? Right, we'll sign them. But if their worth will go up a bit, we'll develop them. They're just going to increase in value. But more often than not, they don't. We get stuck with them. We're paying shelling out for their wages over these years, not getting any productive output from them. We saw it with Lo Celso, we saw it with Ndombele, we've seen it with Brian Gill, we've seen it with, Levy'd now. He's out on loan, he's back in Argentina, back where he started. We're probably paying for his wages, he's back there. It's just stop trying to do this cheap stuff all the time. And now we'd linked with alternatives now with Tyler Diblin. He's 18, for God's sake. It's just another one of those ideal, like Levy loves these signings. And it's going to be harsh on the kid now. If he does come in, all the fan base are going to just look at him and just like, that could have been Eze. If he's trying things and they're not coming up on the pitch, scrutiny on him is just gonna be intense from the off. And it's no fault of his own. It's just what we do. And that guy from France, I can't even say his name, Ackley, or whatever. Again, raw talent. As good a talent that he might be, he's not Prem proven. He's going to take time to adjust, and it's just the fans are not going to give him that time because it's just going to be, again, looking, that could have been Eze. I said before, Lookman, for me, I'd be all over that. I would have been all over that like ages. Why are we leaving this so late? Why are we leaving this so late now? His deal with Inter, he could have already been gone now. He's there at the moment. His deal with Inter broke down. Get in there, get him. No messing around now. We haven't got time to mess around. Just go in there, get him. I don't think the fee was that high either. I think it was 39 million euro, was it? 40 million. So it's like, we got the money. Just go and get him. And we're back at square one. I can't be looking at these new rumours and the new shenanigans and the new drama that's going to unfold now. The Levy time on deadline day is it's tiring, it's tiresome, it's boring. We've been in this position window after window after window after window. We see what they do now. We get excited, we get carried away. They pull the wool over our eyes time and time again. And we let them carry on. And meanwhile, on the pitch, we're just falling further and further behind. The decline now over the years is just... It's like, I don't know. Do we have to get relegated for them to just go away? Sell up? Levy to resign? What does it take? Just feels like such a dictatorship. He's got his just hands on everything in the club. You've got to get involved with every little aspect of everything. Deflated, fed up, and seeing Eze go to like our arch rivals. He's going to rip it up there. He could be the difference maker for maybe getting a trophy across the line for them and saving Arteta's job. Oh my God. Imagine they win the title now. It's just, it'd be unbearable. It's unbearable as it is. With just the humiliation, with the brunt of all jokes again. All the social medias are on it. All the Arsenal fans in your inbox. All of them just like... It's pitiful. It's pitiful to some now. I can imagine some fans of Arsenal, Chelsea, like I can imagine it's got to the point now where it's so pathetic that they might have a little bit of pity for us. It's that pathetic. And talking about which, the thing of offering Richie as make weight in the deal as a last gasp desperation thing. That's just, oh my God. After he's just had an absolute blinder of a first opening day Premier League season, that Bicey, 2 brilliant goals, great performance against PSG as well. He's Premier League Player of the Week in the opening week of the season. He's not going to be interested in going to Crystal Palace to begin with, and why are we offering that to that? Why do we even think that that's acceptable to even do that? We've just annoyed him now. We've just absolutely peed him off. He's a confidence player as well. We saw with that purple streak that he had before. When he's on it, he gets that run. Just feed him. Play him up. Give him that pat on the back. Let him carry on with that. What have we done now? We've just, he knows about this now, and his agent, and they're thinking, what on earth is going on here? What on earth is going on? They're going to be annoyed. And I can imagine a lot of the players, they're going to be talking amongst themselves like, what's going on? What are we doing? What are the owners doing? What's just clueless, absolutely clueless. Again, I just don't get this club. It's clear that we haven't got plans in place. We go into window after window, just looking for them opportunity deals, just looking for a club that's in financial ruin, who needs sales, and looking to go in and try and do something on the cheap. Trying to do this and that. Shopping at the whoopsie aisle again, isn't it? It's just like, oh my goodness, what's in that whoopsie aisle now? This last week or so of the window, it's like, that's the sad thing. It's like, you know it's not going to be great if we do get signings in. It's nothing. It's going to be the promise of Eze, the promise of Salvino. Them dreams have been sold down the river, and it's like our boat is rattled up on shore now. We're stuck in muddy waters. We're trying to push ourselves back into the flow of things again. It's just like, only we can do this. Only we can do this time and time again, and it all stems from the board, Levy. The direction. What is the direction? What is the ambition? You can talk a good game, but again, you don't walk it. You don't go out there and get the manager what he needs, what he wants. It just feels underwhelming for Frank now as well. It just feels like he's not. I don't know what he must be thinking. He must be looking at it and thinking, oh, now I can see why all these managers, I don't know, they all look so fresh when they come into a job. They all look fresh-faced, look ready, pumped up, talk the talk, excited about the season and what's going to come with it. And Levy just beats it out of them to the point where they're in front of the media. They're making all sorts of noises. They look absolutely worn, tired, and they look aged by the time they leave us, and it just feels like, it just feels like we're on the same. Just feels like we popped the record on repeat, and it's going to be the same old. And it's a shame because we started the season on the playing field so positive with the PSG display, the 3-0 against Burnley, going into the weekend, like not expecting much against the Man City game, but you just never know. You never know. now it all feels flat again now. It just all feels flat. The season has started and we're all back feeling flat as Spurs fans again, and just in unison of just, we all wanted Eze. He looked and felt like a Spurs player. We've all seen what he can do in the Premier League over, 3 or 4 seasons, like top player. So the drop off now between what we're gonna get now, if we do complete anything, it's not gonna compare. And like I said on the previous video, even if we got Eze and Savinho, it felt like we had to go out and get another 2 anyway. So now we're four quality players short. 4 quality players short with 11 days left. Are we gonna sign someone every 2.5 days now of quality? Absolutely not. Are we gonna get 1 or 2 players of absolute quality? No, probably not. Are we gonna get 1? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so. It's just stinking the place out again. I wish I was more optimistic, but I think I speak for the fan base when it's just glum again. It's just glum. It's flat again. And for Levy now, that's strike 3 for me. Strike 1 this summer alone, strike 1 would have been the winning Europa League and getting rid of Ange early doors. 2 weeks, 3 weeks after we won that. It's just poor form from the club. Manager wins a trophy for the first time in 17 years, boom, gone, regardless of the league form. And this just shows that he had to balance it out. We know he had to balance it out. We know he had to sacrifice the league for Europa because he didn't have the tools. Are we going to see Frank do something similar now this season? He's going to, after a couple more injuries now, and we're just knackered again. We can't put all them players. We can't put the quality out there to compete on all fronts with the squad we got. That was strike 1. Poor form. Strike 2, Morgan Gibbs White. Epic fail. Again, why are we letting that drag out for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever the time period on that was? Poor again. You should know, you should sense, you should have a sniff. If it's not happening, if it's clearly not happening after a couple of days, what have you, move on. We didn't. That ended. We didn't move for someone else straight away. Again, a gap in between that and then actually going for Eze, which was the obvious move ages ago. We didn't go on for that. And for that to carry on now, for drag out for 2 weeks now, whatever it is, we're talking about why do we get fixated and why does it seem like we only have to negotiate and have one set of negotiations ongoing at a time period? We can't be involved with 2 or 3. See Forest now signing 2 or 3 players, boom, 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 boom. We don't seem to have them iron in the fire to go and just be doing that, which we should. Why is it that only Levy is at the final head of negotiation? He seems to be the only one involved. There's no team around him. It's him battling his wits against some other stubborn chairman who were probably sick to death of trying to deal with him in the past anyway. And it just drags out into a saga, falls through, and it's like, what next? I know I'm going over and over. But that's strike 3 now. It's like Levy's got to just move aside, let someone else get involved with the football side of things. Which he never will. He's a dictator. We know everything. He's got to have the final say on everything. Every little nitty gritty thing. Right, I'm going to wrap it up now. Sorry, it's just under half an hour of ranting and rambling and probably waffling a lot then. But anyway, I'm hoping we have some positive news and something to get excited about again. Hopefully the club know how embarrassing and how humiliating this is for them, and the look it has on the board now. Then protests are just going to they're just going to go through the roof now if this just ends in total failure on this window again. It's going to be, and what a way to start a season on these protests, the need for it as well. Why are we in this position where we're feeling as a fan base that we're being led down time and time again, yet we're charging ridiculous money to go and see the team and the product in terms of the squad and the playing staff. And again, it's all cheap stuff that we're selling for a premium, you know. It's just... Right. Anyway, stay optimistic, because, you know, you've got to have that hope. You've got to have some hope at the end of the day. Otherwise, what are we doing? Anyway, come on, you Spurs.